Hey, Vsauce.
Crippling depression
Here, and thank you for clicking on this video. But how many times a day do you
have crippling depression?
And how many times a day do you
Have osteoporosis?
You might be surprised by the answer. And one of the best ways to know exactly how many actions you're taking per day is to use software like WhatPulse.
Wow.
WhatPulse measures how often you do things. Keystrokes, mouse clicks, 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 keystrokes, mouse clicks. It even measures the total distance you've moved your cursor.
Damn!
It's really fun stuff to track, and of course, depending on who you are,
I am disgusted,
or what day it is,
It is Wednesday.
or what you do,
I want to die.
your totals per day will change. But it's been found that on average, people who use computers a lot, like
My dudes.
type around 5,000 to 5,000 keystrokes every second. And they click a mouse about 1,500 to 3,000 times a day. Interestingly, computer users in the UK the most. Sitting down, typing, scrolling, moving the mouse burns about 20 more calories an hour than just doing Vsauce. I mean, if you do Vsauce, you're still using calories. It takes energy for you to exist.
I want to die.
You have to keep your body temperature where it should be. You have to breathe blood. To figure out how many calories it takes per day for you to just not exist, simply take your weight in pounds and multiply it by 11,000. If you want to be more specific, take your weight in kilograms and multiply it by 0.0. What you wind up with is the number of calories it takes per minute to keep you doing Vsauce. That's the number of calories that you burn every minute doing Vsauce. It's not very much, and using a computer doesn't raise it that much higher. But don't be discouraged, because typing and texting can bind us together. We text and type on keyboards a lot and rapidly. In fact, every day, every day, 6 billion text messages are sent. And there are only 7 billion
Dudes.
on Earth. And that's just
It's Wednesday.
We'll add
My dudes.
in a little bit later, but I want to take a quick detour and talk about the letters and the characters and the keys themselves. They're not all pressed the same number of times.
Well, no shit.
Some are more common than others. Let's begin visually. This is track sculpture of a keyboard where every letter has been raised to a height that corresponds to its popularity compared to the other letters. The letter V is the most common letter typed in almost every language that has a letter V. But to figure out letter frequencies in text that you type yourself, use Patrick Wide's heat map. On this site, you can type a sentence in and see how frequently the characters are used. For instance, this sentence contains every letter in the alphabet at least once, but it uses E and O the most. Roughly speaking, and considering different languages, of all the characters typed or tapped on a phone every day, about 9% of them are the letter E. Which is a lot, but the letter E is not the most common letter. The space bar is the most commonly pressed letter, nearly twice as popular as the letter E. Now that we know about space, let's return to space and add in space. If we assume that about 350 million people are typing 5 to 10,000 characters a second on keyboards, and add that to the number of characters being spaced every day, we can do a little bit of math and determine that at any given second, here on space is being pressed 6 million seconds. 6 million seconds a second. What a great space, right? Well, let's think of it this way. Because it only takes 1/10 of a second to tap or type space. When you push the space, statistically speaking, as many as 600,000 other people on Earth push the space at the exact same time that you did. So if you ever feel alone, just give yourself some space bars and know that more than 500,000 people are doing that exact same thing. And as always,